A pleasant afternoon to you all. I would like to thank you all who have managed to join into this discussion to where we are going to be discussing the way forward in regards to the education of our children. How we are going to be having this meeting, can you allow me to go through all that I have to say? We'll be having some who will be noting down your comments, and I will be responding to you accordingly. I know some of you would expect me to respond to what you would have just commented, but just give me a time to go through all that I have to say. It is in this difficult time that we are concerned about the welfare of our children. I believe it's a worry of every parent, especially on how your children are going to survive the threat that is being posed by this pandemic. It has come to a point where everyone has realized that our normal way of living, where we scheme and plan on what is to be the next thing of our lives, it has come to be no more now. The virus has made us to hide and also want to forego some of the important aspects in life that help us build our livelihood, which is also a very big threat which is being given to the future of our children. Today, we are here so that we can safeguard that future of our children. Our children have got the rights to education, and as Bright Student Learning Center, our vision is to ensure that that service which we give will make it a reality. Our academic year was supposed to have started a week ago on the 12th of January, but we were made to postpone it to Monday the 18th, which is the next Monday which is coming, and all parents have been preparing that the kids get to go to school. The postponement was because we were waiting for the government to give direction, like what the president has announced earlier, that the first level 3 lockdown was to end on the 15th. The president made an announcement on the 11th, stating the regulations that are to be followed under the adjusted level 3 lockdown. When the president mentioned the regulations, that's when we thought of having students come to school on a phased approach. We did send a circular which was explaining the phased approach, where we mentioned pupils in grade R, pupils in grade 2, those in grade 5, then those in grade 7. They would come on a Tuesday. Then those who are in grade 1, in grade 3, in grade 5, they will be coming to school on Mondays. At secondary, we mentioned of Form 1, Form 3, and the Form 6 joining the primaries for Monday. Then the Form 2, the Form 4, and the Form 6 again coming on Tuesdays. We did saw some comments that you posted. With those comments, together with what the Department of Education has mentioned on the 15th of January, which was yesterday, this is what made us say, let's gather together today so that we can discuss on how our learners are going to be learning instead of continue having them at home. The Department of Education has instructed all schools to delay opening by 2 weeks. Bright Student Learning Center, as an independent school, we have got our own calendar that we follow, which is different from the calendar of public schools. Despite us having a different calendar, the Department of Education has instructed all schools to comply, which involves us as well. So because of this, we are also going to delay opening of schools. We are no longer opening on the 18th, but we are going to open on a date to be announced. As we are awaiting for maybe a change which is going to come. The tentative date for opening of schools at the moment is the 15th of February, as explained by the Department of Education. We might be having a change such that we would not wait to the 15th of February, because we as private schools, we also have got a body which governs us. And also considering that the public schools have been asked to have their teachers starting coming to school on the 1st of February, the administrators and the principals starting to come to school on the 25th of January for the preparation of opening on the 15th. We might also do the same, but have a different way in which we can open schools earlier than the 15th. To have our students continue learning, we are to teach the students remotely. That is the way forward that we as a school, we are suggesting. We are suggesting that our learners learn from home. The teachers will be at work. When they are at school, we are kindly asking you parents to take any of the following ways. 1, weekly tasks are to be collected every Monday. The learners do the tasks during the week and they get to be submitted on Friday. Or option number 2, online lessons where tasks are being sent on WhatsApp platform, and at the same time we have got supporting videos of teachers explaining the concepts that are on the tasks sent on WhatsApp or being given on weekly basis, which are being uploaded on a secured link. We have come to a realization that online sessions are sent on WhatsApp. They do sometimes disadvantage our students. As parents who will be busy on their gadgets, at some places, at some homes, not every child has got a smartphone, not every child has got a laptop. The devices in which they receive the online lessons, maybe it belongs to the mom, it belongs to the dad, or it's a brother. But by the time we would be expecting our students to be doing the work, the parent is away at work with the cell phone or the laptop. The brother is not there at home with the cell phone or the laptop. So the child will be forced to wait until the phone is available, the laptop is available, maybe when the parent is back home from work. Because of that, that's why we have made an arrangement where we ask parents to come and collect their learners' work. Sometimes parents may not make it, but we can have you parents arrange with the transport or the drivers that normally ferry your learners in your own area. Maybe you gather, you know we are 10 in this area, you have got a driver who comes to pick the work at school. When the driver picks work, he comes and drop it at your doorsteps. When it is to be retained for marking on Fridays, you do the same. That is another option that we have thought of. We have just presented this to you parents so that as a suggestion, you might also have your own ways in which you can come and collect work for your kids. But we as a school, what we are kindly asking you is, let's ensure that our kids, our students, they do not stay home, they don't lie idle, not learning anything. We want as a school to cover that lost time which they did lose last year because of the lockdown which happened. So this is one suggestion which we have put, where printed work is at school. Teachers prepare weekly tasks. The weekly tasks which are prepared is the responsibility of the parent to come and collect it. Remember, the postponement which we have made of not opening schools on the 18th is to try and avoid having students at school, is to try and avoid having expose our students in these transport systems. So parents, we are the ones who are already going out at work. We can also make use of the drivers that normally carry our kids, like I explained earlier, so that we can have our kids busy at home doing their weekly tasks. If there is availability of gadgets for learners to use at home which do not keep them waiting maybe until end day, the WhatsApp platform is still available. We will still send work on WhatsApp. Preferably, if parents can also give us the email addresses, we can upload work on our email platforms so that our learners will have something to do during the day. Whether the work has been collected at school or the task has been received using WhatsApp or email, the teachers are going to be at school, like I mentioned earlier. They will be explaining the points. They will be having videos being recorded. The videos is going to be uploaded on a secured platform. The link to that platform is going to be given to those who would have received the tasks, be it on WhatsApp or collected manually at school. In the videos, the teachers are going to be explaining the concepts behind the tasks given to learners. The tasks that are going to be given to learners, we are going to try and make it that it's more of like it's a normal learning. The teacher, if it is notes, they give out a handout of notes. Let's encourage our pupils to write down the notes instead of just reading them on our electronic gadgets. If it is written exercises, they look into the videos, the teacher explains, they read down the notes that have been sent. They try and gather the information that is required by the questions. And on Fridays, when they send work for marking, the teacher do what we call corrective marking. The teacher writes and annotates comments in the child's book, such that when the child receives back the book, it will be very much informative. Even you as a parent, when you want to guide the child where he or she has not picked or why they have gotten it wrong, you will be able to pick it from what the teacher would have said. So we are encouraging you parents to ensure that learners are provided with enough data to download the videos. Learners are provided with enough data to have the notes on their electronic gadgets, such that they can learn from their teachers directly, and at the same time they will be protected and being safeguarded from this pandemic. Let me just expand a little on this part where we talk of data. Yes, data is expensive to some parents. It becomes something which parents would say, no, where would you get data for these videos? But I would want you to look at this in this line. The transport money which you were supposed to have given your child to come to school every day, why can't you just channel it towards the data for the child? There are other options which are cheaper. Instead of you maybe getting data from these network providers that we normally use, Cell C, Telkom, Vodafone, there is another option which is a little bit cheaper. Maybe on a Telkom line you have got a contract with Telkom to give you cheaper network. For a 20 gigabytes, you can get it for, which is a 20 gigabytes, you can get it for 250, of which a 20 gigabytes for the whole month, if it's properly managed on a child, we believe that a child can learn. You would have only used 250 rand. Another option which is operating during daytime, just only for maybe it skips peak hours of 6 to 11 p.m., 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., there is Rain. Rain, you can subscribe it on monthly basis, which is at 250 unlimited data, meaning to say your child is able to browse through the internet where they can get necessary material. What is important, mainly you as a parent, is to try and protect your child from the harmful sides. But we are talking of a 250 rand that you were supposed to have used during the term. Why am I talking of these other options of data? Because I, as the principal of the school, I would want every child, whilst they are at home, they are not left behind with those who will be learning. Let it be a thing that we say, now every child is receiving these online lessons. Remember, even if we are to say we wait for the 15th of February, we are to wait for the date which is to be announced. The postponement of the 13th to the 18th, it was because of the COVID-19. The postponement from the 18th to the 15th of February, it is also because of this virus. Do we know the future? Are we supposed to wait for the future which we don't know what is going to happen? If we begin to channel or to build together a way in which our learners will not miss and continue to learn, I believe we will be helping our kids and saving their future. Students are to do their tasks in their normal books. Maybe some parents would wonder to say, why would you say it's more of like a normal learning? The books which you are supposed to submit every Friday for marking, it is the actual student's exercise book, which is covered in plastic and khaki, well labeled, just like the same way the child used the book in the classroom. The notebook, which they are to write notes in, it has to be the rightful notebook, such that when they resume classes on the day which they are starting to come physically to school, the teacher will just continue from where the child has left. We don't want a situation where the child will say, I no longer remember where I used to write my work when I was home. So if they write notes, they are to be written in the correct books and exercise books. And the exercise is also in the appropriate books. It is our desire as a school to help students not to lose much of their precious learning. This delay, like I explained, which we have now, it can be an indicator of an unpredictable future. Together, we can begin to build a permanent and effective remote learning system for our children. We intend to have all of our students cover up on lost time in the previous year, especially the examination classes. This year, yes, of course, they went on to write, those who were writing Cambridge, our grade 7s went on to write. Yes, the results that we have, we are proud of them because we did what we managed to do. We have got learners who passed in grade 7. We are waiting to receive our O-level results for those who went on to write Cambridge. For the A-level results, we will also publish our statistics so that you will see that the learners who started coming to school, that was in August last year, and beginning to write in October. The time was short, but they managed to do something. We intend to have the examination classes resume, all of them, their lessons now. Let's not try and cost the future of our children. Let's not try and have a reason behind the failure of our kids. Give the teachers enough time to teach them starting now. I would want to thank you all parents for supporting the school and ensuring that our vision is a success. Let us continue to safeguard ourselves and our children from this virus. I encourage you to be always with your mask up. Ensure that you sanitize your hands. You wash your hands with soap for at least 20 seconds. And you are to maintain social distance wherever you are. Our kids are at home. You are the parents who goes out for work. You come back. Our kids could not come to school because we want them to be safe. If we see and respect these protocols that I have just mentioned, mask up, sanitize your hands, maintain social distance, you will be taking care of yourself. To conclude, if you take care of yourself, that is the only way you can keep others safe. Thank you so much for your time. I think by now we have seen your comments. Some of them have been responded to, and we will continue to respond to your comments. By the end of today, I will be in a position to give you the next step on how we are going to be doing our lessons after we have seen all the comments that your parents would have given. Thank you so much for taking your time with us. We would have to end this broadcast now. Thank you so much, parents. Enjoy your day.